Welcome back. More Americans continue to recognize the China threat. A new survey by Beacon Research shows more than half of Americans see China as the #1 threat to the United States. We've been talking about this now for several years. 37% list East Asia as where they think the United States should focus military forces. We are lucky to have KT McFarland on the program this morning. And KT, while you were in government in the Trump administration, you talked about and looked at China and the threat very much. You had a string of indictments from individuals who were stealing intellectual property, sending secrets back to the CCP. Tell us about it.
Well, if China plans to replace the United States and dominate, not just to become a co-power, but the one and only superpower in the world, and they plan to replace the United States economically, technologically, militarily, diplomatically, politically, all across the board, and they plan to do it within the decade. And so it's not just that they're stealing American intellectual property, it's where they're doing it. And they're pushing out into the technologies of the future. They realize that the country that controls the technologies of the future, the companies that make, artificial intelligence, robotics, bioengineering, all of those are going to continue to be the leaders of the world economy, but also the world power. And so China wants to take all of those for itself. And that's exactly what they're doing. And the worry I have is, while the American people understand China is the greatest threat, I'm not so sure that the people in the White House do, because even though they talk a good game, they've done very little to challenge China on these platforms. The technology platform, the military platform. They're cutting defense spending when they should be increasing it.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And it's the point that I've made as well, KT. But I want to look at the behavior of the CCP. I mean, they use the COVID disaster to invade more countries and gain, new territory. They covered up COVID-19 for several months. They covered up any investigation that the U.S. tried to do in terms of the origins of COVID-19. And then there's the fentanyl part of this story. They are pushing fentanyl into this country at record rates. That is why we had opioid and drug overdose deaths skyrocketing 200% in the country from 2000 to 2014. Your thoughts on all the fentanyl coming into this country, KT? Is the CCP just trying to kill us off?
No, what they're doing is the Chinese have a long memory, and they look at 200 years ago where there were the opium wars.
I think this is a serious threat, and Joe Biden does not see it as a serious threat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these wide open borders is killing our people.
Exactly. And the Chinese think that that's fair play for them, because they look at the opium wars of 200 years ago and say, the world forced us to be opium addicts. We're going to force the world, the Western world, America, to be fentanyl addicts. And the fact that Biden keeps an open border, southern border, I mean, that's like an invitation for them to come to the United States with fentanyl. That's exactly what they're doing. They want to destroy us from within as well as from without.
So no restrictions on anybody coming to America through the open border, and yet we have new travel restrictions to report this morning amid the rise of the Omicron variant.